Welcome to the Toms River Show. Pat O'Melia here. You're a concerned Toms River residents. Why I do this show because you're concerned. And I see you're concerned. I feel you're concerned. Make my own coffee. Saves me like $1.50. Got a Black & Decker coffee pot that I'm little by little getting to understand. We just finished daylight savings. I never quite understood daylight savings, but it's a lot easier than it used to be. In the old days, it was like you were a Russian spy, and you had to coordinate all your times. You know, you had to set the VCR. Remember the VCRs? You had to set the clock on that. You had to set the alarm clocks. You had to set the wall clocks. You had to set the microwave oven. Everything in your kid's room. Everybody's watch you had to set. Now, all the digital stuff you had to set. Now everything's on Wi-Fi. It's like 2 analog clocks, that's it. And you don't even have to be precise, that's like almost time. Digital clocks give you the accurate time. The analog clocks with the hand, that's almost time. You can be off by a minute or two with that. Nobody says, so what time is it? Nobody says, well, it's 10:17. It says 20 after 10, So it's a lot easier than it used to be. In the old days, man, you had to coordinate, especially the digital times in the old days. You had to coordinate them. Yeah, especially like the kitchen. You had the microwave oven and the stove, and you would try to get the time exactly on both of them. Impossible almost. You'd have 12:30 on a stove and 12:31 on a microwave, and it was almost impossible to do that. But now, that's really your only challenge, because everything else is Wi-Fi. And it's so much easier now. You don't have to go crazy before you went to sleep. And the funny thing is, when you turn the clocks back and forward, you never have that employee that comes in an hour early. They always come in when you turn it back. They're always late. But they never have that employee that comes in early. And they give statistics like, there's 17% more car accidents on daylight savings and 25% more heart attacks. Listen, it's a friggin' hour. It's not like we had to crank the clock back 8 out and you had to do your work shift again. It's an hour. We can deal with that. It's a little darker in the morning, a little later in the day. I don't know how it works for the farmers. I think the farmers would prefer daylight in the morning. The American Dream Wall. I work closely with Seaside Heights about promoting Seaside Heights, and they're doing some eminent domain on the steel structure here, the skeleton that's been up for like 10 years. And Mayor Boz, he wants the boulevard. He wants Seaside, family-friendly, no more the bar scene, but we got a lot of bars in Seaside Heights. It is amazing that the American Mall, they're pushing back the opening date again. This thing started when I was on radio back in 2001, 2002. You realize how many things have been built and we're still waiting for that thing? How many billions of dollars were lost? Developers who went bankrupt. The Trade Center. 9/11 occurred and we built the Trade Center. We went through Superstorm Sandy. We rebuilt the homes. We rebuilt the boardwalks. This thing still isn't open yet. What a boondoggle this is. And really, is that what we're investing in now, malls? With the exception of Paramus, what mall is successful? There's so much money involved in it. It's too big to forget about. All right, listen. All the information to get in touch with me is on the bottom of the screen. You got HMG TV shows. You got our Twitter. If you got an issue with the county or the municipality or a consumer issue, send me a tweet, send me an email. I'll help you out. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Toms River Show. I'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web
at barnabashealth.org.
We're back. Pat O'Melia here with his coffee. Kind of lukewarm. Today we're going to talk about Seaside Heights and their huge, expensive carousel deal. We're going to talk about Toms River school cuts and the mayor's race. It's going to be a very interesting mayor's race. And New Jersey Transit. In Jersey City, the homeland for people in Toms River, bus service was discontinued, the number 4 bus, but we're going to get into that. First off, Seaside Heights. I like Seaside Heights. Great mayor, great town. Mayor Boz wants to make it a 12-month-a-year community. And if you go, Chris Boz, the mayor's son, he's the BA here, he did about a 15-minute, 17-minute piece, Seaside in the old days. It's compared today. You see like an old hotel. There'd be a new hotel. It shows before and after pictures. For that matter, you see the studio when it was the Wonder Bar. You could see there was a 12-month-a-year community here. There were supermarkets. There were pharmacies. There were gas stations. All these things were here. There were a few supermarkets. There was a Woolworths, that kind of thing, where you don't have those businesses unless there's a population of a substantial size and it's 12 months a year. You don't have that. Somewhere around the 40s or so, the game changed and they went into tourism. Well, Seaside Heights, probably the worst land deal ever. But Seaside Heights, they have the carousel, the Casino Pier deal. And it's going to power down this season. And it'll be dormant. You can take pictures with it, but after the tourism season, after the season this summer, they're going to dismantle it and they're going to put it into storage for storage and refurbishment in the same location. So they got to rent storage space to move this, which they don't have the money for, by the way. Seaside Heights is looking for a grant to construct a building that will be the Carousel Museum. And it'll have some other things. There'll be a gift shop, a meeting room, restrooms, that sort of thing. Or, stuff that services the boardwalk. And it will have the carousel in there. And I guess Seaside Heights will charge, whatever price is, take a ride on the carousel. It'll be on the northern end. It will be on the land that Seaside Heights traded beach property for, along the Casino Pier, for a parking lot and this 100-some-odd-year-old carousel. Worst possible land swap ever. Nobody in their right mind would do this kind of deal. Only in Seaside Heights. And there were people that challenged it. There was talk about corruption, inside deal. It is truly the worst possible land swap, unless you're Mayor Boz. Then it was a good land swap. The beach property for the carousel in the parking lot, and no money to move the carousel, no money to refurbish the carousel. Here's what we get. We're going to give you this antique carousel. We learned anything from Rick Harrison with our Poor Stars. Just because it's old doesn't make it valuable. I didn't see this carousel being worth big money when they were going to auction and they called off the auction at the last minute. I didn't see that. I'm not a carousel expert, connoisseur, carousels. I certainly wouldn't have traded beachfront property for it and a parking lot. So that's what we got. This is like a bad monopoly deal. You get a parking lot and you get the carousel. And the Casino Pier gets the beach. What would you rather have? Beach property or a parking lot? And a 100-some-odd-year-old carousel that God only knows how much this is going to cost to disassemble, refurbish, reassemble, and move. Plus, you got to rent storage space. Mayor Boz is hoping that they can form a not-for-profit, the Carousel not-for-profit, to do all this and not cost any money. What I see in this is a horrible, and I said this on the previous shows, terrible, horrible deal for Seaside Heights, unless you're Mayor Boz. Seaside Heights got a huge expense, this carousel. They don't even know how much it's going to cost to disassemble it, refurbish it, and reassemble it. Nobody has a clue onto that. Plus, they have to rent a warehouse somewhere large enough to store this and large enough that they can do the refurbishment on the same site, or you incur more expense. This is a huge expense. This is a bad deal. you got the carousel and a parking lot, which you're going to build the Carousel Museum on. So the bottom line is you got the carousel. Now they need $1.5 million to construct this museum, the Carousel Museum, on the land they got in the land swap. So the net to Seaside Heights is you're going to move the carousel onto this parking lot where you're going to build the building. Hopefully you get the $1.5 million. And then you have the expense of maintenance. This is a terrible deal. This deal was proposed by the former mayor, Bill Akers. And Bill runs Bobbers here. Yeah, he was a nice guy. You know, he resigned as mayor. I think he's code enforcement in Seaside Heights now and the restaurant. But Bill Akers is also the guy that thought it would be a good idea to keep the Jetstar, the roller coaster that dropped into the ocean after Sandy there, in the ocean as a tourist attraction. This rusting hulk sitting out in the ocean there is a reminder to Sandy. Of course, EPA and anybody with brains said, no, you can't do that. He proposed this, and people got behind it. And then now it's a done deal. They opposed it in the courts. It didn't work. I have complained about this deal the minute I heard about it. The only guy that was in favor is Mayor Boz. Mayor Boz didn't care. He needed attractions on the boardwalk to rebuild Seaside Heights. We needed to come back in Seaside Heights from Superstorm Sandy and the fire. There are still many, many people. We do a terrible job in Seaside. We get the message out that Seaside Heights is open. The only information that comes out of Seaside Heights is negative. He was in favor because of attraction. They were going to build the pier and put rides that would attract kids and families. He was the only guy it made sense to, and his sole purpose in approving this deal and supporting it was for attractions to promote Seaside Heights. Only Mayor Boz seen the silver lining in this, and rightfully so. His job is to promote Seaside Heights and get people to come here. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Tom's River Show. We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self Storage. Let us be your good friend. Pan & Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panandpintoproperties.com. Pan & Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We'll be back. Tom's River Show. Pat O'Melia here. Let me slap the mic around a little bit more. You're a Tom's River resident there. Yeah, I got to do my little mannerisms here. I got to tuck on my shirt. I didn't wear a collared shirt. Actually, I have it. I forgot to put it on. And I wanted to get the show done, so I'm going casual here today. For that matter, in my effort to get involved with the businesses on Route 37, I went to Ocean Dental today about my bridge work that I got to get done. Very good job. Good dentist. Looks like a good practice. I'll know more as we continue on. The only thing, and they all do, all these doctors do this. There's information doctors don't need, but back in the old days, you didn't care about your Social Security number. Doctor or expert. Yeah, really, you were giving it out. You know, everybody gave you Social Security. Now, you know, it's vital because of the internet and everything's online. And on the application, the expert is Social Security number. There's no reason any medical professional needs your Social Security number. And they ask for your driver's license. There's no reason they need you. What if you don't have a driver? What if you don't drive? Can't get dental service? Come on. Those are main ID points. Your driver's license has a lot of information on it. And actually, if you look at your driver's license number, you can almost break down the code. And your SS number is self-explanatory. You do not give them out unless, and maybe law enforcement, but not to a doctor or a dentist. They may as well give it to the beautician. They shouldn't ask for that. But these applications are written, all the beriberi disease, all these allergies. These allergy things were written years ago, and these are the questions that were on there. And people used to do that because it wasn't a big deal with information. Don't let anybody make a copy of your card. If they do, ask for a piece of tape, put tape over your driver's license number, and take a pen or a marker. Don't let them get that number. Sure to be a huge issue in Toms River's mayor race this year, and yet Mayor Kelleher has not made an announcement. TR, the Toms River Schools, received approximately $2.8 million cut in its school funding. That's a lot of money. But in the big thing, is it a lot of money when you're looking at the size of the budget of the Toms River schools? It turned out to a 4.21% cut in funding. Is that a big cut? Can you cover it? Is life going to stop because you got like a 4.2% cut in your funding? Lee Iacocca once said, and the guy was a genius. You know, he saved Ford with the Mustang. He saved Chrysler with the minivan and the K cars, if you recall. Lee Iacocca said, I can cut any budget by 10%. Now, if you can't absorb a 4.2% cut without laying off teachers and, we won't have roofs on our schools, then there's something wrong. But the problem is, if they cannot absorb the 4.2% cut in school funding, that means they're going to come to you, the property owners in Toms River, for that $2.8 million missing. And that becomes another tax. And when that tax bill comes in, very few people sit there and analyze it. Well, there's a county, and there's school, and there's municipal, and there's this provisional thing in there. They're the bottom line. And they always look at the mayor. Years ago, Mayor Cunningham in Jersey City, rest his soul, great guy. It was fun covering Mayor Cunningham. He seriously considered having the schools and the county collect their own money, because the tax bill will come out and, Glenn Cunningham would try everything not to raise taxes. You name it, Glenn would try it. He was not going to raise taxes. But yet the county would raise taxes, the school, and all those things. He was like, no, especially the county. You know, if he lived, he probably would have went ahead and had the county send out their own tax bills. Now, keep in mind, Toms River just did a referendum for $147 million. Listen, if you're not sure you can absorb a 4% cut in funding, then you probably shouldn't go ahead with the $147 million, because, again, that's going to be paid by the people of Toms River. And they talk about, well, a third of it is the state. Yeah, but every other town that does one of these referendums, off year, off schedule, we have an election in February or March, the state's responsible for every third of that referendum, and the state is where you pay taxes to. So no, you're not getting a break or anything. So that should have been considered, and really should have been done in the normal election cycle. More ideally, it should have been in the municipal cycle in Toms River. It's November. I was a big believer in municipal elections in May. That should be placed on hold. Now, the school funding formula and program needs to be addressed. You just had Senator Steve Sweeney on 101.5 New Jersey radio, and they were talking about the county solution. Yeah, the number always changes. There's like 565 municipalities in New Jersey, and I think there are 590 school districts. We don't need 590 some odd school districts. Because every school district, you got all the personnel that's involved with it. You got school board, you got superintendents, you got deputy superintendents, assistant superintendent, principal, assistant principal, deputy principal. There's a lot of overhead there. You cut it down to 21 school districts, 21 counties in New Jersey, and you go from there. Are people will teachers lose jobs? No. Principals? Yeah. Superintendents? Yes. We don't need as many. Yeah, there's like $140 million a year in superintendent salaries and assistant superintendents. You don't need that. We need to look at Sweeney's school idea, because the $2.8 million that's being cut, that's just the beginning. Jersey City, I think, got hit with $27 million cut. Now, always bring Jersey City because it's easy to compare the two towns, the city and Jersey City and Toms River. Over the long run, they're going to get hit for about $180 million. in Jersey City. I'm not sure what the bottom line is for Toms River. The 21 county school districts make sense, provided it doesn't get perverted into a political hack thing. But yeah, the average property tax bill in Toms River went up $93 from 2017 to 2018. The mayor's race in Toms River, you really need to address the expenses of Toms River before it gets way out of hand. Shared services is the way. School funding is another way. But it should be a 2 or 3 prong attack. Seaside Heights now has the Ocean County Sheriff doing their 9/11 dispatching, saving Seaside Heights hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Shared services is the answer. I think the 21 school districts is the answer. But yeah, you got to be worried because we got problems with county government. But we have to come up with another way of doing this. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Toms River Show. I'll be right back.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. Toms River Show. Pat O'Neill, you got my coffee? My kind of cool coffee. Mass transit. You know, Governor Murphy just announced he's investing another, $240 million or $260 million in New Jersey Transit. New Jersey Transit, it really has to be analyzed as to what they should be in, what services they should be giving, what routes, what train routes, what everything needs to be looked at. Because we are truly sending good money after bad. And that's a problem. In Jersey City, again, the motherland, the number 4 bus was owned by A&C. They discontinued the service. Now, the service ran from, you remember, when you all lived in Jersey City, ran from the border of Bayonne by Merritt Street. Remember the high-rises there, Heckman and Merritt, Curry Woods, to Newport every day, and you know, how many times a day. It was no longer profitable, so they discontinued the route. Now, you could take it to the bank. New Jersey Transit will fill in that route or fill in the gap somehow not because ridership, but because of political pressure. Now, why wasn't it profitable anymore? There's a host of things here. We don't have good mass transit in New Jersey. In Jersey City, at one time, we did. We had buses for everything. There was a Bergen Avenue bus, Kennedy Boulevard bus, Central Avenue bus, Garfield Avenue bus, the Montgomery Street bus, the Boulevard bus, you had the Marion bus, you had the 440 Shopper. You had buses that went everywhere. But that's when Jersey City was blue collar, and people went to work. They worked in Jersey City. There were jobs in Jersey City. That's not the case. Jersey City changed. A lot of residential or industrial areas have become residential units. Condominiums are there. High-rise apartments are there. They were our industrial sites. 440 along the Hackensack River, an industrial site, trucking terminal, the drive-in, shopping centers, when I say industrial sites, they were jobs. That's the Honeywell. Honeywell just sold that land to Jersey City, and Jersey City is going to build a bunch of housing. There are no jobs involved with housing. So when you start losing the jobs, people don't need a reason to take a bus. And that's why we're down to like 0 bus service, with the exception of Jitneys and New Jersey Transit. Now you have Uber, you got Lyft, you got the light rail, you got New Jersey Transit, and you got the Jitney buses. Now the thing is, and high unemployment, that's also a problem in that section of Jersey City, the southern section, and Jersey City doesn't have gettable jobs. Down on the waterfront, unless you have an MBA, you're probably not getting a job down there. The problem is Jersey City is still predominantly, we still have the blue-collar people. I don't have my collar on. We just don't have blue-collar jobs. That's one of the reasons we have our crime problems. You've had jobs, you cut crime in half. New Jersey Transit will fill in that gap because it doesn't matter if it's profitable to New Jersey Transit, and that's the problem with New Jersey Transit. It doesn't matter. Politically, the state senators and assembly people and the Congress people are going to pressure New Jersey Transit because these guys got to vote on their budgets. You got to fill in that route. The bus has to go there, even though there aren't enough people on the bus. They justify it. Got to go. And you people in Toms River and Ocean County, because you pay state taxes, your money is going to go towards filling in that gap in New Jersey Transit. That's the real problem with New Jersey Transit. Operating cost doesn't matter to New Jersey Transit. They're going to get it from the state, no matter how. The bus fares in New Jersey Transit are subsidized something like 70%. So there's another reason a private bus company cannot compete against New Jersey Transit. The transit doesn't matter what it costs to New Jersey Transit. We're going to do it because we'll just get the money from Trenton. They're not worried about making payrolls like that private company. So the private company can't match New Jersey Transit for salaries and benefits and equipment. Money means nothing to New Jersey Transit. They're going to get it. So it's impossible. That's why all these private bus companies in Jersey City are gone. When you lived in Jersey City, and your mother and father did, you walk out the house there with a bus. Fare for New Jersey Transit, from its trains to its buses to the light rail, should at least be priced to cover the operation of that route, the light rail route, the train route, whatever it is. Not artificially subsidized at an artificially low, because that's what Governor Murphy just said. Well, it'll be an old rate hike, fare hike. Good, because it's going to cost you more money. The state wants people who don't use that service to subsidize that service through tolls and fuel tax and parking tax now to prop up mass transit. If you don't use it, why are you paying for it? That becomes a problem. In New Jersey Transit, it doesn't matter what it costs. They're just going to get the money from the state. So, yeah, they'll run the bus route with nobody taking the bus. Doesn't matter to them. They're going to get the money. And that's the problem with New Jersey Transit. Now, 20 years ago, it was a different deal with New Jersey Transit. That's not today. And it doesn't matter to them anymore. No matter what happens, nobody's getting fired. And they're going to get paid, and payroll's going to be made, and they're going to get new equipment and new buses. And it doesn't matter if they're making money, because you'll pay for it, whether you ride that bus or train or not. All right, that's it. You're watching the Toms River Show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.